What's up, fam? So I have about 10 minutes and I'm going to come at you with an insanely powerful lesson today. 3 simple words that will absolutely reframe any sales call, any conversation, any situation, anything that requires verbal communication. Very excited to share this with you. So as you can see here, it is applied to self. I'm going to show you how to use it, and I'm going to give you a few different examples from dealing with digital marketing to dealing with how you can use it in just a day-to-day basis. I'm actually going to put down some Qualia right now. If you guys are not drinking Qualia, you are missing out. Stuff's amazing. It's a nootropic. This is totally off topic right now from what we're going to talk about. So anyway, I have 10 minutes, so it's going to be a quick video today. So I hope you got a pen and paper. Oh God. Oh God, it tastes so bad. That's how you know it works. D, what is going on? All right, fam, so let's talk about apply to self. So it's a very simple lesson. It's insanely powerful. So apply to self is whenever you take what somebody says and you repeat it back in a very similar variation to the way they said it. So the whole idea of being able to leverage linguistics from NLP is to be able to recognize language patterns and to be able to position different types of ways to say things to get people to be open to doubting their initial belief. That's the whole frame, like the whole context of how you can leverage linguistics and NLP to help you in a sale, right? So we're not going to go over everything and how we use different forms of linguistics to recognize language patterns using NLP. We're going to talk about one very, very small tip of the iceberg thing applied to self, okay? Very, very small tip of the iceberg thing. This can change an entire call, okay? So I'll give you an example from a perspective of life, and then we're going to get into how you can use it in a sale for digital. So this way you can see both different types of examples and how you can leverage it in any line of business, okay? Whether you're in finance or whether you're in fitness or whether you are in digital marketing, whatever. So if somebody says to you, I'm not fast enough, I can't play football. I just can't play football, I'm just not fast enough, okay? So that's what they say to you. Your response is going to be, if you were fast enough, would you play football? So I know this is going to sound really simple, guys, but what you do, apply it to self, is when you take something someone says and you say it back to them. An example in digital marketing would be, Facebook ads don't work, that's why we don't use them, we use this. Or whatever that thing is. You're going to reply to them, would you use the Facebook ads campaigns that did work? And immediately they're going to be like, what? I mean, yeah, if they worked, obviously we would use them, but they don't. So what they started to do is, because they're going through the transition. You guys remember a video that I've done, you can find on my YouTube, but the circle and how to reframe a belief, like the different steps you have to go through, and then the chaining of beliefs to be able to get them to transition from one piece of that to the next piece, which leads them to being open to doubting their initial belief and then committing to your new belief. Well, this is a part of that, okay? So back to the football example. If you were to say, if you were to go to the football example and you were to say to them, if you were fast enough, would you play football? If they're like, well, yeah, if I was fast enough, then obviously, yeah, I would play for sure. So now they started to begin to doubt, right, their initial belief, because they're starting to be open to the idea of committing to a new one, right? So your next step is, so are you already aware of the different agility drills that you could do without anybody watching that will and has a really high success rate of increasing speed within 30 days? Now, you don't have to get that specific, but if they're like, no, I've never heard of these agility drills. Okay, cool. Would you be open to me like sharing those agility drills with you? Would you commit to doing them if I showed them to you? And if they're like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I would absolutely be. Okay, cool. Can we also do something else? Like as we go through these agility drills over the next 30 days, would you be interested to be able to put a deadline on seeing where we're at over the next 30 days with your current speed now and your speed in 30 days? Yeah, that would be really fun, definitely. Okay, cool. After we test that, would you be open to doing a football tryout assuming you increase your speed? Absolutely, yeah. If I get faster, I would definitely want to try it out. Okay, cool, let's do it. So now you've just taken them from I can't play football, and you saw how I completely positioned all of that. I can't play football to, yeah, I'd be willing to try out. Crazy stuff, guys. Like Sigmund Freud said in his book, like words were the first form of magic. That's how. You see, you can completely take somebody's belief and completely change it in the span of 30 seconds. The same way you could destroy somebody's way of thinking in 30 seconds. It takes the same amount of time, the same amount of words, but you can create different outcomes depending on how well you can outframe and reframe what somebody says, right? That's why it's important to use ethics behind these techniques. Another thing would be inside of dealing with Facebook ads, right? Because I use that as another example. No, I can't. We don't use Facebook ads. They don't work. Okay. First of all, remember, agree, acknowledge, then reframe. The first thing is, yeah, totally get it. That sucks. I hear you. It doesn't sound like you had a great experience from the way that you just said that to me. Just out of curiosity, would you ever consider using the Facebook ad campaigns that did work? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean Facebook ad campaigns that did work? Well, I'm talking about the ones that we've been using for our clients, to be able to generate X for them in Y amount of time. I just wasn't sure. Would you be open to the idea of leveraging those Facebook campaigns? Well, if they work, then obviously, yeah, we'd be interested in it. Okay. Would that be something that you feel like would be an immediate impact to your business if it actually did generate a similar result for you? So what you're going to notice, guys, is I'm strategically vague in the way that I'm generalizing things, because what we're doing right now is we're chunking up, which is generalizing a concept before we're able to start getting down to the details, which is referred to as chunking down. And as we start getting examples of what's going to work or what didn't work for them, we start figuring out their backgrounds and details, that's when we get into something referred to as a metaframe, which is where we're dealing with the in-between and actually handling the exact examples that they're having in that scenario. So it's not details of the generalization, it's details of exact scenarios within what's happening, okay? So whenever you're dealing with applied to self, Darren, thank you, man, appreciate it. If you guys are wondering if I'm saying people's names, you're watching this on YouTube, we go live on Facebook to cover these videos. If you want to join our Facebook group, I'll put a link down in the descriptions, as well as some other really cool links that you'll be able to grab for free education products, things along that line, to be able to help you through your journey in sales and to help you increase your sales. So anyway, applied to self, guys, is the root of this entire way that we're able to branch a belief. And it's so powerful whenever you're using it in this way. So that's all I got for you guys. It's very simple. If you have any questions, drop them below. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, I'll come back and answer them. But guys, NLP is super powerful, and when you leverage it in a sale in the form of linguistics, it's insanely powerful. What's really cool, the difference, guys, between doing a sales call and then having a conversation in real life, is when you're having a conversation in real life, especially when it's, let's say, with like a loved one, a family member, a best friend, a lot of the time that can get kind of heated and emotional because you're in a passionate setting, right? Because it's somebody that really matters to you. It's not that your prospect doesn't really matter to you, but it's really important to make sure that you understand the difference in how you can control this stuff, okay? When you're in a sales call, it's a more controllable environment, because you're on a sales call with somebody, you're looking to provide them with something that you can do for them that you know works, and you know that it's going to be in their nature, based on past experience, etc., to say no, more than likely. It's based on their nature to be able to just say, like, to have hesitation and doubt. It's human nature, right? So you expect that stuff, but you're in a controlled environment. When you're in real life, this is why it's important to master communication in this way, is because when you're in real life, you're not in a controlled setting, because now your passion is taking over with like the people that you're talking to, because you have a closer relationship with them. So it's really important to make sure that you understand this stuff to such a reflex that it just happens. Now, you'll always have to consciously be able to think about what you're going to say, because it has to make sense of what's happening. What we went over today in this video is just such the tip of the iceberg with different things we talked about with applying to self, chunking up, chunking down, metaframes. This is all really basic stuff in comparison to what we teach in like my private mentorship program, The Art of Sales, which I'll have a link for down at the bottom or above this video as well. you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can book a call with my team. We can talk more about how we can inject this into your business to show you, very, very quick results, very fast. But in the terms of this, it's all tip of the iceberg stuff. I just want to give you things that you can apply today to be able to make a major difference in your conversations. Apply it to self. I dare you guys today to have a conversation with somebody when they say something to you like, that doesn't work, or you can't do this because, right? To cause effect. Like, that's not how this works. Okay, but if it was, would you consider it? Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, all you have to do is reply, and you'll start realizing people are doing this to you just subconsciously, just out of reflex. They don't even know they're doing it, and you don't even know it's happening. Okay? But now that you guys have heard it, and it actually has a name behind it, it's called apply it to self, you're going to start recognizing it. The same way when you buy a car, you start seeing that car everywhere after you bought it. So, hope this was very helpful, guys. Again, drop any comments below. And obviously, like this video, it helps us expand the reach. And let us know where you're watching from. Love seeing how we bring the world together through these education videos. So, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.